Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining here at Unapologetic Progressive. Once again, I am back with another video. This time, a correction. Earlier this week, I put out a video talking about the ballroom Trump was building at the White House and how it was going to cost $250 million plus and that the U.S. taxpayer may pay for it. Now, the fact is, it's still going to cost over $250 million to build, but the taxpayer is not paying for it. There's a list of donors that's been released since Monday that show the different donors who were going to pay for it. And the reason I had my confusion was earlier this week I read articles discussing that Donald Trump had stated that he was going to pay for it. They were in USA Today, and they talked about how he wasn't paying for it anymore. So logically, it seemed that the people that would pay for it were the taxpayer, because I had not seen a list and heard of a list at all until this morning of um, donors who were donating to pay the $250 million. Now, the press secretary for Donald Trump has stated that it's going to be closer to $300 million and that donors are paying for it. And if private donors are paying for it, that's fine. It's still tone deaf and it's still destroying the White House and portions of it, but the taxpayer is not on the hook for it. Now, to the person that called me a liar in the comments, I don't care that you called me a liar. And I'm glad you called me out because I don't like being wrong. And so the one thing I like to do here at Unapologetically Progressive is admit when I'm wrong. And on that reporting, I was wrong, and I'm sorry. And hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But do keep in mind that I am an individual person who is going to occasionally make a mistake. It happens. And I'm sorry that I didn't do my due diligence to double check and fact check the things I was reading from different opinion pieces in USA Today. I should have double checked and rechecked, and I didn't. That said, like I said, thank you to the person that called me out. I like being able to correct when I'm wrong, so thank you. But yeah, that's it. The White House did get demolished. The entire East Wing, at least the above ground portion of the East Wing, was completely decimated to make room for a ballroom that Donald Trump swore wouldn't hurt the White House or touch the White House. Then he destroyed the entire East Wing. What was the East Wing? It's where the First Lady and her staff stayed. It's where the offices for event planning and things like that were. So as much as I think that this is an asinine thing to do, I don't think it's worth the time, and I don't think we needed a stupid ballroom added on to the White House. If you wanted to build some kind of fancy ballroom, you should have built it somewhere off site there in Washington D.C. or in the surrounding areas that we could hold, military balls and things like that, right? And I don't think it was necessary to be built on the White House grounds. I believe it's a security threat. But so Secret Service will have to take care of that, right? But anyways, like I said, the taxpayer is not paying for the ballroom. Anyways, thank you for watching. Check the link in the description below to check out Dubby Energy Drink. Use my link at checkout and you'll get 10% off of your first order. All right, thank you for joining, and I'll see you down the road.